All right, so this is going to be my review of Hawkgirl, Once Upon a Galaxy. This comic was sent to me by my friend Chris. Thank you once again, bro. And I got to be honest, I was pretty excited to read this comic for a lot of reasons. One being, I always enjoy Hawkgirl, and to have her own, miniseries. Obviously, she's in Superman, so I guess they were trying to promote her more, which is cool. So I was really excited to read a Hawkgirl miniseries. Um, but I gotta be honest, I was not a fan of this for a multitude of reasons. So let's get into the story. So the story is that this is obviously set after post. This is when the Justice League broke up, and then the Titans took over. So to keep that in mind, so in here, the Justice League have basically broken up, and Kendra has also broken up with Jean, which kind of sucks because even though I didn't really care much for Scott Snyder's Justice League, I will say that I like the idea of Kendra and Jean together. I thought that was kind of cool. So to have like a throwaway line to say, "Oh, we broke up," I'm like, that's a little anticlimactic. Off panel, that's all right, sure. Just another L for Jean, I guess. Thanks, guys. And I feel like, and also like, I'm not saying like I'm not a purist to have Hawkgirl and Hawkman together. I'm fine with them being away from each. Like I'm fine with them not being in a relationship. It's kind of and again, but at the same time, I also was like, this kind of feels like like an L for Kendra because I really liked how she played off of Jean, and also Jean just kind of needs some love because like every time he's had a love interest, they've either died or been sent to another universe or broke up with him. I mean, Clark and Bruce and Diana. Well, actually, I can't count Diana because Steve's dead. But Clark and Bruce can have relationships. Barry and Wally can have relationships. Why can't Jean? I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. But yeah, Kendra's now living in Metropolis and is trying to figure out what she wants to do next with her life because she's like, the Justice League has always been like the big part of my life. Like when I've been usually part of a lot of Justice League lineups. I've always been there for the League, but now there's no League, so what's there left for me? So in here, basically, Kendra's trying to figure that out. Well, at the same time, a villain called Volprica, I cannot pronounce, that's the best I can do with that name, is trying to get to a world called Nth World. And yes, it is another story where we're trying to make Nth Metal more than just metal. I hate when writers do this. It's not just with Nth Metal, it is also with Vibranium and Adamantium. Just make it metal. You don't have to make it fucking magic. I don't know. It just bothers me when people do that. And I know that's what Saladin Ahmed's Wolverine is like, so I'm curious to see how that'll play out. But I've always been the proponent of stop making the magic metal. And then here's another thing. So Volprica is trying to get into Nth World, but she's using Nth Metal to to travel back in time and grant wishes to kids. And then when she gets the kids their dreams, she brings them to a science lab to turn them into monsters. I don't know. The whole plot is fucking convoluted and is slow as a snail fucking another snail. For 6 issues, this is a slog to get through. And also, that's the other thing. And not just Hawkgirl, but this is a problem I have with Hawkman too, with writers. Just fucking stop with the, I'm my own person, the resurrection thing. Yeah, we've done that to death. Do something new with her. And I do like the writer Jadzia Axelrod's thing with Volprica is that she wanted to give Kendra more in a rogues gallery, more than just Shadow Thief and Gentleman Ghost and a few others. And I like that, and I do think that's a good idea of like expand, because Hawkgirl is one of those characters that kind of needs some more rogues. Hawkgirl, yeah, she's one of those villains who only has like one or two notable villains, so it never hurts to like expand that rogues gallery. But Volprica is just kind of all over the place. Also, this comic really does feel like a backdoor pilot for this other character Jadzia created for DC called Galaxy, and Galaxy is fucking obnoxious. Like she plays a big part in this comic, and the whole time I'm like, I feel like I should have, even if I read the comic she appears in, which is a miniseries, I still would have not cared. Galaxy is just kind of this their character, and it feels most of the it sometimes feels like it's more of her comic than Hawkgirl's comic. Yeah, but yeah, it just feel like there are some cool fights, and I do like Jadzia Axelrod's take on Batman. I do like how she writes Batman, so I'll give it that. There are things I like. Don't get me wrong. There are things I do like about it, but at the end of the day, the villain plot was really convoluted. We're doing the same thing over again, and it also sometimes doesn't even feel like Kendra's book. So I was just kind of the mindset of why fucking care. By the end of it, it was a slog to get through, and by the end of it, I was just so done with the book. I mean, there were things I like, and I do hope Jadzia Axelrod has a solid career as a writer. But this was this felt more like the Galaxy featuring Hawkgirl. And yes, I know, like the whole title is Once Upon a Galaxy, so Galaxy is part of the story. I'm aware, but yeah. Also, the whole thing of like making Nth Metal connected to a world of fairy tales ruled by a thing called Aesop. The fuck? Anyway, so I know I heard this book got rave reviews, and there are some elements I liked in here, but there was a lot more. The dislikes came out more than the likes for me. So for me, it was kind of a skippable book. Kind of sucks because I really like Hawkgirl, and again, I was super excited for this book. And there are some things like, again, we got a new villain, we got Kendra now trying to forge ahead beyond the League. So we'll see where that goes. Knowing some other writer, they'll probably retcon that and being like, well, I'm part of the Back to the League. That's all I needed as a character. And that's not a dig at Axelrodders themselves. That's more of a dig at just comic writing in general. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of my review for... if you liked it, that's totally fine. If anyone out there read this and liked it, that's totally fine. I was just kind of like, man, this was just kind of all over the place for me. But yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below if you've read Hawkgirl Once Upon a Galaxy. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. Chris, thank you so much for the book, and as well as others. And other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.